The Westlake is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is certainly one of the biggest draws here in Hangzhou, as is the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals. More and more people coming through as the tournament progresses. We're into our third match here, day one, session one. Mixed doubles now. Chen and Toh Wei, our current world champions, the 13th from Malaysia, play their compatriots Goh Soon Hwat and Lai Siobhan Jamie. Well, this is a match in Group B. From Yangtze Hong Dongping are currently playing Jafar Hidayatullah and Felicia Pasaribu. So we will have at least the first round of matches done there in Group B in the next hour plus or so. So this match is next then. A Malaysian encounter between Chen Tangche and Toh Wei up against Goh Soon Hwat and Siobhan Jamie Lai. Well, there is a lot of familiarity with these two pairs. It's 5-3 the Chen and Toh, their last meeting at the Denmark Open where they won in 8. They've won their last 4 meetings, Chen and Toh. So just shows sort of where the pendulum has swung. The last time Goh and Lai won was in the Malaysia Masters about a year and a half ago. Semi-finals there. So we start with Chen Tangche. Who is 27 years of age, from the major city of Ipoh in Perak State. 180 centimeters tall, 4th in the world. He has been a bit higher at 3rd. That was at the start of the year. The current world champions, beating Jantung Bang and Wei Yashin in the final. That was a stunning result. First one of its kind for Malaysia. Toh Wei is younger at 25, from further down south, Malacca. And these two have got 4 titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour. This year they won the Australian Open. That was the only other title they won apart from the World Championships. They were also in the recent Southeast Asian Games and had a shock loss in the semi-finals. More on that just a bit. Here is Goh Soon Hwat, also from Malacca. 35 years of age. Asian Championships in 2023. Got a bronze, formerly third in the world. That was in February of this year, actually. They're the highest ever ranking. Top 10 pairing still. Siobhan Jamilai, a bit younger, 32 from Selangor, the capital. These two are a married couple as well, since last year. They've won silvers in the Southeast Asian Games, but better than their opponents. Xu Xiaofeng is our umpire from China. Trish Gubb of New Zealand, we saw her earlier. She is now the service judge. Yeah, Lai and Go have also won 4 titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour, but it's been a while. Malaysian Masters was their last one. They've met this pair in the final before at the Swiss Open.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Dawson Hua and my chef Jamie, Malaysia. On my left, Chen and Do Yiwei, Malaysia. Dawson Hua to serve 2, Chen level.
Well, Chen and To, in theory, are the favourites for this one. And it was interesting to see that Dawson Wat and Siobhan Jamilai just they're quite comfortable embracing this underdog status of theirs. Only pair without a title this year as well in the mixed doubles. And last year, of course, they made it to the finals of the World Tour finals. Chen and To. The year before that, they were knocked out in the group stages. They lost to the Chinese pair of Zheng Xiaohui and Huang Yaqiong, who signed off with style. Lost in 3 in that final, Chen and To. Nicely done there by Lai.
Service over. 3-2.
Well left. Well, we've seen the so-called underdog or the lesser fancied player or pair so far, sort of take an early lead, only to get pegged back. That's a good shot.
5-2.
Well, there's an equally good shot as well.
Service over.
Until you wait.
3-5.
Yeah, I was just telling you that Go and Lai don't mind being the underdogs here. Siobhan, Jamie Lai acknowledged that it would be a tough challenge for them. And of course, their opponents in Group B are younger and more explosive.
4-5.
They said they want to rely on their vast experience to navigate this demanding group. And she was clear that they were definitely the underdogs, and they had to be honest with themselves because age was catching up with them. There's another racket string broken. And she said, Lai, that the biggest challenge is to maintain their level, push themselves and keep up with the younger pairs. And yeah, she said, looking at the lineups, of course everyone's younger and they're strong, fast, full of fighting spirit, and they're probably the oldest pair in the field, so that will be challenging, and they're going to make full use of the experience to give their best in Hangzhou. Well, for their part, of course, as I mentioned, they won the semi-finals last year. Go and Lai, and when they lost to this current pair, Chen and To, and they made it to the semi-finals of 2020 as well, the World Tour finals there.
Service over. 6-5.
Going live just in front here. Awkward shot there for Lai.
Service over.
Coming into on an angle. Not much in this. Well, Chen and To now go in front for the first time. A couple of very quick points here. Yeah, and now surging ahead of their opponents.
Service over. 7-9.
That looked to be out, maybe.
Court.
I thought there'd be a touch.
10-7. Play.
The Waterman out.
7. Interval.
So at the interval here of this first game, Chen Tangqian lead 11-3.
Play.
Court 1, women's doubles. Let's welcome the technical officials.
Easy finish there for Chen Tangqian.
12-7.
Looking at Go and Lai's season, as I said, they didn't win anything this year. They got to 2 semi-finals of the Malaysia and India Opens.
Service over.
Quarterfinals in
8-12.
11 other tournaments. Pretty good, including the Asia Championships. World Champs, they reached the third round. Had 2 second-round exits and 3 first-round exits. It's actually not so bad if you're not winning it. At least you're going deep into tournaments, or deep-ish. 61% win rate this year.
Service over. 9-13.
They defended really well there, going live, because they went a spot of bother. They got themselves out of trouble for the moment. And in the end, they win the point.
10-13.
Well, they could have finished that off much, much earlier in the rally. 44 shots, this one.
Line. On court.
Chen and To winning the Australian Open and the World Championships, final of the China Masters. 6 semi-finals, 4 quarterfinals, and out in the second round 3 times. 1 early exit this year to All England. They had a bit of a breakup after that for a while. I think it's just done them a world of good.
14-10.
Well, this is where Go and Lai want to kind of keep it around this 3-point region. See that one safely through as it goes long.
15-11.
How quick was that?
16-11.
Toei Wei, no hesitation. Finishes off that point in double quick time. Again, Toei does the business
11.
at the net. 6 points clear. Well, Siobhan Jamie Lai said she didn't expect her opponents to take the match lightly or be affected by the disappointment of the Southeast Asian Games, where they had a shock loss in the
18-11.
semi-finals against Rutanapak Uptong and Chonicha Suchapraparat. First time they ever lost to that pair. First time in the Southeast Asian Games. That was all action, that one. And they are looking in good shape here, Chen and To. Just going back to Siobhan Jamie Lai, she was saying because of the prize money and offer here at the World Tour Finals, everyone's going to be aiming for that. And the title is a big incentive. Because no pair is going to come in here with a relaxed mindset just to enjoy the tournament. Everyone's going to be pushing for a strong result.
Service over.
Because it's a major and
12.
you want to fight hard
19.
throughout the year to qualify for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the right, Malaysia.
13-19. Service over. 20. Game point. 13.
So 7 game points then.
Game.
And it's done, the first game. Chen and To,
Game won by
excellent work.
BWF weight.
They've looked sharp.
13.
And they win the first game comfortably. 21-13. Nova Widianto there, talking to his chargers, Chintajian Toiwei.
Level. Play.
Who want to get over the disappointment of the shock loss in the Southeast Asian Games. Yeah, that's come at a bit of an awkward time because it was only 4 days ago that they were playing there in Thailand and then coming straight over here. Not necessarily the way they would have wanted to prepare. But no real time to dwell on that. Having to pick up the pieces and now playing the World Tour Finals. They were the overwhelming favourites to take the... Well, not the overwhelming favourites, but they were one of the favourites, of course, is...
3 love.
Paul Veronica and Pure Sampran, but starting to get to the final. And they said they regretted they couldn't perform at their best. And they want to do that here. As you said, after their loss, they weren't even thinking about the World Tour Finals, they were reflecting on what went wrong over there. Good start here from going live, but first point on the board for Chen and To.
Service over. 1-3.
He also acknowledged that the other pairs in the World Tour Finals would surely be watching how they play and that they needed to shift momentum in their matches more quickly. They said they're still learning how to play against the top pairs, which I thought was interesting.
Service over. 4-1.
Oh. Lai was in a bit of an awkward position. They did really well. Couldn't get that through. Chen.
1.
Already a decent lead being built up here. Didn't like the look of things in his racket. Decided to change it up. Oh, just clipping the net there from Chen. This has been excellent so far for Go and Lai.
6-1.
Just seem to have lost their way a little. Chen and To. Now, what's the issue here?
No, quick.
Able to get things moving. Is he just... Well, obviously his back is to us, so we can't quite see. Just doing his shoes up. Well, you can say that players use their experience for a little bit of gamesmanship to delay things perhaps, or just spoil the momentum, disrupt the momentum of their opponents.
Service over.
And well,
2-6.
they do win the next point right off that. Couple in a row, that's better.
3-6.
Well, there's a lot of court there, wasn't there, for Chen?
4-6.
Wow, this ever since that, just that little thing where he was doing his shoes up, they've won 4 points in a row.
Play.
That's out from Go. Just a matter of, what, a couple of minutes. They have already drawn level. Best run so far of either pair. So that run does come to an end.
Service over. 7-6.
Oh, just beautifully dropped in there by Go Sun Hua.
8-6.
Just going cross court there, like, got that all wrong.
7-8.
It's tight at second game so far. Well, Go and Lai. Still well in this, I feel. Again, didn't quite get that one right.
9-8.
Well, Go and Lai still maintaining some kind of lead here. That's important for them. It's only cut to 1 though. Chen Tangche and Toei Wei, overall their record is about a 64% win rate after winning the first game. That goes up tremendously in the last 6 months to 82%. Now all square. Great work. Can they go in front, Chen and Toe? So they finally take the lead, Chen and Toe, in the second game, right on the cusp of the interval. That'll give them just a little boost before the next half of the game.
Count to 20 seconds. Count to 20 seconds. Players back on court. Coach, you to the chair. Coach Wang. Live, receive. 7, 10, play. Twelve, 10. Service over. 11, 12.
Well placed. Down the line from Toby Wait.
13, 11. Chen. Okay, 11.
String broken, and that's caused a problem there for Chen.
Service over. 12, 14.
Had a quick think about that, whether to challenge. In the end, they said no.
12. Service over. 13, 15. Service over. 16, 13.
Well, again, just like in the other matches, they've got to be careful that this doesn't run away. Listen to that roar, what that means.
13.
Determination.
Oh! 18, 13.
Oh, that's big challenge.
Challenges 4 in. The judge, 1 more, please. The judge. The judge, 1 more, please. Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 18, 19, 13.
So the challenge in favor of Chen and To. A couple more points here. And they've now set up 7 match points.
20, match point 13.
And so Chen and To win this match again quite comfortably against, as we said, familiar opponents. That's now 5 matches in a row they have beaten their compatriots. Very polished performance overall, I think. They'll be pretty happy with that.
And go away. 21, 13, 21, 13.
Well, they'll have quite a few challenges in the days ahead. The world champs certainly want to add to their list of tournaments. So Chen Changqi and Toei Wei, the third seeds from Malaysia, beat Goh Sun Huat and Lai Shifan Jamie 21-13, 21-13 in just 41 minutes. Up next, men's singles. Kunlavut Vititan of Thailand plays Indonesia's Jonathan Christie.